Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. I said we were done with bonus 3, but Ultra came in with another video of Tokiko. He actually managed to get her through bonus 3, so I'm going to show you guys the footage, and I'm going to tell you it's a whale-only build. Like, most people probably wouldn't even have this stuff, but this is what it took to do it for him. She's not great. It still stands that she isn't good, but either way, we brought you the footage. We're going to show it. Before doing that, a member of my server, Orange, did request to see her red build in PvP. So we're going to show that off. I'll explain kind of what the logic is behind the supporters here. And we'll go on from there. This is just a short clip of her going into arena. Tak is on the video also. So we'll both be commenting on everything. Okay. Play. You there, Tak?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So it's her PvP weapon at S5 with max crit. Now this stuff is what Orange told Ultra to use. He's just testing it because he has access to every piece of gear for her. Just so everyone knows. So we have her PvP weapon with crit. Rebellious in the secondary slot. Some reds on it for damage. Okay. So for the skills, it is red Tokiko. They're using this ability because it can knock down. Now in PvP there is no like super armor, so if you knock down or stun a Taimanin, it'll happen immediately. So I think the goal of this build was like CC.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she basically like just jabs them and then just like she just starts hitting them basically for free damage.
The next ability, if you look here, it will knock the target up into the air. That's the set they took. So yeah, it's definitely obvious they're trying to CC who they're fighting. Next we have her additional skill, which this is going to stun the target on a 3-second cooldown as long as she combos into it. Does the AI even use these well?
I don't think so, because I tried to do it with Coronize and it doesn't. It's like it's very rare for them to proc it. It's very rare. Like it's like basically it's very rare.
Damn. That's
so it's like
unfortunate.
it's better for the player who pilots the character than the AI using it.
And her time and art for attack speed. Okay.
Range, attack speed. Okay. Okay.
We have a speaker. I'm assuming for the critical range damage. Mind you, this is what Orange told him to use. He said give her a red invulnerability, so that's why the speaker's there. And then we're using Coronai, I'm guessing for just her decent passive all around, like reducing duration of buffs. And then increasing critical hit damage, critical hit steal by 30%. And it has a stun attack as well. Which is just adding to the CC.
And then
Major's there for Emily, just to reduce what she does by half.
Yeah, it's mainly also
I remember Orange was saying that in the chat, that he's like, just put Emily on just so... Wow, just put Major on just in case Emily, because that would be the thing that would be the problem, is Emily's OP. So, that's it. It's funny because he still hasn't gotten all of her skins.
I mean, let's just be real. Would he really want to investigate all those skins if she's that bad of a character?
I wouldn't. I wanted her, like, I don't even want her anymore.
No, I don't blame you.
You can keep that AP. There's a CC starting to happen, but...
Oh, that is a big problem right there already.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter, because Emily... Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what I thought would happen when I watched it initially. I was like, yeah, Emily's probably just going to kill her.
Yeah,
but it's a neat build idea. Like, I think it would work on other characters, just Emily's just a broken piece of crap.
Not to mention that this Emily had fucking Shizui too.
Yeah.
No,
not she. It has something invulnerable. I don't know. I don't think he even looks at her.
Mileage one.
Yeah.
You basically have to kill her twice, basically, which is like.
Yeah, it was Shisui because she came back to life there.
Yeah.
So that's that. But that's Arena. Like the stuff that works in Arena is just Emily and Coronai. So. But it was a neat try. Like, I think it's a neat build Orange came up with, like being able to abuse the stun. It just, in this case, Emily's just so OP it doesn't even cut it. They really need to make it so if you CC her, her drone stops shooting, but they probably never will.
Yeah, because the only thing that can stop her is Murasaki's tentacle anchor, which is the only thing that can actually slow her attack speed with it. But that's about it, though.
Yeah, and even then, she still attacks. It's just slower.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with that. That's the only reason why Emily's so basically. If you're gonna go for top 100, you need Emily for that.
Okay, so now we have the actual gameplay, which is what meat and potatoes what I want to show off. It's just going to be Tokiko running through bonus 3. And he changed the build around a little bit. I spoke to him about it. He still said it. His exact wording was it was brew fucking toll. So he said it was fucking brutal, essentially, having to deal with her on this map. So we still don't think she's good, but, you know, it's, you know what it is? All these people out here, especially on the other Discord server who aren't a part of my community and have it out for me, are just sitting up saying, oh, we're great with Tokiko, she's great, but they only show time attack and freaking dailies. And they don't really, I don't even think they know the meta at this point, but basically, we're going to be able to at least show that we got her through bonus 3. Let's see them put that up, but anyway. Here's the build.
Yeah.
It's basically the same. He kept the weapon at S2. I appreciate him doing that because I know he could take it further. He's just doing it to keep her in check so she doesn't, burn through the content. For having, plus 11 enchantment and an S5 weapon. Because he's trying to make it as close to something a normal player could do. It's just impossible with her. She needs whale gear. So,
not even whale gear can help her that much.
She needs space whale gear. She needs gear from the future.
She needs a sperm whale. That's what she needs.
Sperm whale. All right. So we have her stone piercer still on the bar, increasing her movement speed. That's one of her skills I actually do like. Here he's actually using the bomb now. It reduces enemy defense by 30% for 10 seconds because he's running through green.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I think everything else is the same. Yeah, I think he was using the addition already, which would increase her movement speed by 10% for 7 seconds. And then, of course, he's using the idiot skill.
Yeah, I'm so surprised. He actually cleared it with this. Are you kidding me?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So he still has the green Shisui chilling here, living her best life, being adorable. And that's to just cover up the fact that her main skill for green is a long-ass turret attack that you can't cancel out of. So that's why Shisui is there, and it also gives her a second life. For people who think Shisui is a stupid idea, it's actually a pretty cheeky idea. And I think it's smart that he put her there. Because if he were to run Yuno would avoid her having an ult. And she needs the AoE from her ult to clear waves. So that's why he went with green Shisui. I don't even know why people would think that it's a trolly or bad build. And to anyone, saying stuff like, oh, he didn't do this, this, and this. He tried all the typical meta DPS builds. She gets her ass kicked. She's a terrible character. And he's just showing us the builds that got the furthest. These are the builds that are getting the furthest. He's been playtesting Tokiko all week. So if there's a build you're thinking of that he didn't show here, chances are he used it and it did terrible. So just a little food for thought for people who want to come on the channel and, call Ultra and I retarded, Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. So, with that, we'll move on. She has her increase from critical damage from good old Kaoru here. And she has Kitty Mom. He removed Nui from the build to try and just outright push DPS. Though I liked Nui there because Nui definitely helped when there were a lot of, mobs chilling. It made her more tanky, and then she had the damage when it was single target like she needed. But we'll see how he does with these three. Because the only change is that he took Nui out for Kaoru. And that he changed the ability to the bomb. As you can see, her damage is still very low. This is her green skill. So for those people saying that Nui was the reason her damage on the green skill was so bad, it's still bad. It had nothing to do with Nui. Nui was cutting it down, but not by that much. And the skill just doesn't. She just doesn't hit hard. It's just the truth.
The highest I've seen it is around 28k. That's about it though.
Yeah, that's terrible. Especially for a skill that you can't animation cancel.
Yeah, her jab does it could probably hit almost 100k if you know how you're doing with it, but the all green skill, just the damage is just
Like the kick's
laughable.
doing 100k, but even 100k is laughable. Like
Yeah,
my
it's like
my
it's not even.
Kirara's basics do more than 100k.
Yeah, it's just.
And Ultra's Nui, which we showed yesterday, was wearing her Nui support, and she was easily breaking 100k damage.
I think
So
yeah, because.
Tokiko's just undertuned as shit. That's why I think putting Shisui on the build, because she has the longest invulnerability window, is smart if you're going to use her green Kung Fu Now skill, because that's what I'm just going to call it. It's just Jackie Chan Kung Fu bullshit for like 12 seconds where she can't cancel out of it. But here we have her ult. And this, yeah, this is why I agree Yuno had no place in the build, because without that, she wouldn't be able to do this, which it's only 300k damage, but at least it's damage.
I saw one for 402.
Was there a 400? That's still
Yeah,
low
400.
compared to most ults, though. Like, her
Yeah,
damage overall just doesn't feel high.
yeah.
It's just like...
It's just.
And I'm mad that I have to make another video for this bitch, but he cleared it with her, so I want people to see.
Well, hopefully it's the last one, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's the last video. He cleared it, like he killed Sakura.
Okay,
And it was close, even with this build. So all those people, you know, claiming, like, I wish I didn't remove that guy's comment, but you know, calling people retards, nah, bub, you get the fuck off my channel. But this dude literally commented saying we were retards and that we don't know the game and we're making videos just to troll and make Tokiko look bad. Like, no, that's not the case. She's bad. She's bad enough by herself. We don't have to make her look bad.
There's a difference between trolling and then we're actually doing hard facts. Because like, if we were just trolling, we could have just thrown any supporter and then yeah, that would actually be troll. But the fact that we're like, Ultra's literally throwing everything at her. Like, she's throwing her every single good supporter in the game. And if she's struggling with this much, it's like, that's not really true. That's just, the character is really bad. It's just people don't want to admit that she's bad because it's their waifu.
Yeah, they're a bunch of simps. And, you know, I'm a simp for Kirara. I think she sucks. The only reason I get through the content with Kirara is because she's enchanted. I'm not going to sit there and lie to myself.
Yeah, because you brute force her to be like how she is now. Like, not everyone's going to do that.
Yeah, we're up to frickin' good old Sakura.
I mean, she got there in under 3 minutes. That's not bad. Now,
yeah, the time overall isn't like the worst. It's not super fast, but it's not like more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The only problem I can see is like, you know, here's footage of her clearing BS3. The problem is, do you have the stuff to do it? I could say most people have the Kaoru, at least at S level 1, but they're probably not going to have the Kitty Mom, or if they do, it's not finished. Like, it's not S5 and it has some enchantments on it, and not many people have a Shisui to this day, especially free-to-play players.
I've been playing the game for a year, and I'm barely hitting around 700.
7,000? Yeah.
Like, yeah, 7,000 mileage, and I'm still like more than, I need more though. So it's like, yeah, like when Mari said it's gonna take you almost like almost 2.5 years just to get her. It's like, he wasn't lying.
Like, we're never making videos to troll. Like, I only ever make videos to help people. And this is helping free-to-plays. Like, if you want this character because you like her, fine. I always endorse waifu over meta. I picked my waifu over the meta. But just know that it's going to be a hard path unless you can enchant her. Or you can gear her like this. There's no reason why a character should need Shisui's invulnerability this much while they're wearing a freaking Kaoru and a Kitty Mom. Like, look at this damage. It's abysmally low.
Yeah, it's
you can't
really
blame Nui's supporter for that. She's not here.
Yeah, it's not really Nui's supporter. And Nui would have done more damage here because it's only going to be Sakura, basically, so...
I like that he's using the bombs, though. They're really, like, yo...
Yeah, it's
like more damage she wouldn't be able to do normally.
Yeah, it's like a landmine, basically.
And there, she even made it to the point where, like, Shisui actually had to revive her.
Yeah, and if that revive wasn't in the supporter, she wouldn't have not done.
She wouldn't have made it. Yeah.
Again, this is not really troll. This is just if that revive wasn't in that supporter, she wouldn't have made it.
That bomb did 100k. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw it.
Yeah, those bombs actually got some clout. I'm not even gonna front.
The only thing I just don't like about those bombs is that like you can either place them in like good positions or there's gonna be an awkward position. So
I like this build because you see her ult, even though it's like unfinished, but at least you
100
can see it.
130k damage with her.
Yeah,
ult.
she just like walked around on the bombs and like and killed herself. He dropped her by like 30 bars.
Like now he's playing safe because he knows that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, she's dead. And that's that. There's the Tokiko clear. So she can do it under very, very, very specific conditions. I wouldn't even try to do any build with this. This is the only thing I've seen get through bonus 3. And what, it took her 5 minutes 16?
Yeah, 5 minutes 16 seconds.
Yeah, 5:16, and she had an 87 hit combo for anyone interested in that. So I'll bring it back a little bit, like let her fight Sakura for a minute. And what, does this change your final verdict tack, or is she still a 4 to you?
She's still a 4. Because honestly though, like she's still a 4 because like again, the damage is really, really like laughable. It's like not. It doesn't change the verdict because she's just a bad character. She stays as a 4 character. I would say she's better than Overall by 1 point, but that's about it.
Overall's at 3. Dude, I feel bad. Like Overall mains, we're not doing it to piss you off. Because one guy was like, I made Overall, and like we always like bash on her, but she's just so bad. It's nothing personal. Like I actually really like Overall as a character. I just wish she was better. I think Obrow's hot as balls. She's just not good.
But like, I remember, like, it's like when you compare both her and Tokiko, Obro was basically a copy and paste from her boss fight, which was like probably the more lazier route, and that's just
they definitely half-assed her.
Yeah, but Tokiko, she's literally built from the ground up, and yet that she's still like performing this badly. I'm like, bro, it's like that shit is not it's not acceptable for a character that's like built from the ground up. And then you look at characters like Noah and Emily, they're like original characters, they pretty much do better than her basically.
I just can't believe like haters from the other server would like come over here and like fuck with our hustle. Like, you know, it's like Ultra's been playtesting this character probably more than anyone in the community. Like, let's bar none. Like no one's there. I don't see any videos coming out of bonus. All I see are bullshit time attack runs, bullshit daily runs, and people saying her green skill is good. Like, this character in an in-game setting, at least for this event, is not good. Like, flat out. Like, look at that. That damage is so low.
Yeah, and not to mention too is that if we're gonna get the next set of tower floors, she's gonna have to deal with almost like 3 other Taimanin characters. This is only Sakura. So if you imagine putting 2 additional characters, yeah, there's no way in hell she's gonna do it.
Yeah, I could not. If tower is that much harder, I could not see her getting through it. And the fact that she needs Shisui, like that's the stipulation here. Is like she needs Shisui because if she runs Yuno, she loses her ult, and her basic attacking isn't that good.
Yeah, I totally agree with you with that because it's just there's nothing.
Like, let her fight Sakura a little bit more while we finish talking. But like, yeah, like I mean, the gameplay's here. She cleared it. That's the major point. Like, it is possible with her, but it's literally like at this point, it's like pretty much like Thanos. What did it cost you? Everything.
It's like basically you're basically like smashing your hand with a hammer basically at this rate.
It's like this build on any other character would get through this with no problem. I'm just flabbergasted that someone would call this build retarded. Like, how is covering your green skill with invulnerability retarded?
It's not because like
the fact that the skill only hits for like 9 to 10k a hit, that's retarded. And what it does a little more to the ghost, but like this skill should be doing way more damage than what it's doing.
Yeah, it should be doing like I said, this should at least like per hit, it should at least do like, I don't know, like if it did like 75 or 80k and that's like 1 hit and it's like, oh okay, now it's starting to add up.
Yeah, no, even if it did 50k a hit, I'd be straight. I'd be like, yeah, she's alright. Because Kirara's machine gun punch does like roughly like 70k a hit. Last I looked at it on her, it might do way more now because she's enchanted up. But like before she was enchanted, it was doing like 50k a hit, like 30 to 50. And I'm like, yeah, this machine gun punch is dope. It just locks her in place a little bit, and that's why I don't use it. but the damage is there. With Tokiko's skill, it locks her in place for like literally 3 times as long as Kirara's machine gun punch, and it does no damage. So,
And it could barely hit a 30k, like around
dude,
no, yeah,
seriously.
30k.
And against the boss, like with defense down on said boss, it's barely making it to 12k. Like, look at this. That's not Nui's supporter's fault. That's her. She's bad. Like, get your fucking nose out of her fucking butthole and use your brains. I don't know, man. That other community just gets me so heated. Gonna show up on my goddamn channel talking shit. Like, I wish I didn't remove that idiot's comment, but I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna deal with some toxic motherfucker on my day off. Like, I know what we're showing my viewers. Like, I know the character's not good. But,
Yeah, it's just there's nothing much else to say about her.
like, it's literally just like a bunch of simps over there who don't know the game and talk shit. And, like, spread misinformation. Like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's
Those bombs are
just...
dope, though. I like the bombs. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's different, but, like, I feel like those bombs contributed a lot of DPS. Because Sakura be moving around,
Yeah,
and she just kind of walks right through them. It's really funny. So, yeah. I'll let this resolve, and that'll be it. So, you're saying 4? I'll give her a 4,
Yeah.
too. It stays the
Yeah,
same. Like, she
it's
doesn't
just
feel
4.
worse or better than what she did the other day. It's just that she cleared it this time. And with this
Yeah.
man trying with multiple attempts on video, and he even said, like, because people were asking him in Discord about, you know, did you try this, did you try that, and they named the typical builds. And Ultra said flat out, I'm not going to send Mari like 20 to 30 failed runs with meta builds that aren't working. He just sent
Yeah.
us the stuff that she got the furthest on. This is a totally he's just not being like, you know, he's not being biased. It's a completely objective look at the character. Like, oh, what does she do? How does she play? We're not being any favoritism or anything like that. So with that being said, this man isn't gonna bog his freaking Google Drive down with like 4 hours of failed runs. He's gonna show us the runs where she got to the boss and actually fought the boss. And these are the builds that make it to the boss. She needs the invincibility cover. Like, if you don't have Shisui, you can use Yuno, because at least you still have invulnerability. It's just you won't have an ult, and she needs her ult. Like, she flat out needs it.
Damage.
That ult helped her immensely in this run.
It
So,
really did.
that's the verdict on Tokiko. She remains a solid 4 out of 10 for us, and I'll just throw Ark's opinion in here. He does say she's a 2 out of 10. But, can she clear bonus 3? Yes. If you're a super ultra mega chicken whale master cosmic god, she can clear bonus 3 with your Shisui, your Kaoru, and your Kiddymon. With a very specific build, and honestly, looking at the run, going back just like a few seconds before Sakura died, this is all he had left. He had less than 10k health left. And knowing that Shisui revived him, that makes it effectively like 45k. Because Shisui roughly revives you with half HP. So yeah, having to use your Shisui revive and still barely making it out with like under 30% health, it's like, come on guys. That's not a good character. There's nothing about her that's good. In fact, I'm going to show you guys a comment that happened on my YouTube channel before I end the video. Let's freaking pause this, because we know she did this. The comment was, I believe, here.
Yep, that's that one.
Newest.
That one. Right?
Okay, here it is. On their Instagram story, they asked their followers, what do they think of Tokiko? And I asked, why did she have her stuff nerfed? And then when I scrolled through their story hours later, they had actually answered my question. Their answer to my question was to make it fair for the other characters. And he put, what? So, there you go.
They literally just dodged the question from him. They literally just dodged it from him.
So, yeah. It's pretty much a dodge. And you found the answer on their Instagram, right?
Yeah, I found them.
Yeah. But basically to make it fair to other characters. Who is this fair to? Obero?
No, that's
like,
not even
who are we being fair to here?
Yeah, because
she's at the bottom of the barrel. Who is she being fair to?
Yeah, because if you're
she's not even being fair to herself.
Yeah, because if they're defining the whole roster, I am sorry, but you may want to get your eyes checked with that, because I
Yeah,
don't think that she's like nowhere near, I would say, balanced. She's not even at. She's not even like in the B tier.
dude,
She's like.
oh, I'm reluctant to put her in. She's like right there D with Obero. Like I'd
I
put honestly, I don't. I think she's worse than Obero if I'm being honest. But
It
that's the story.
depends.
Like Obero has long ass cooldowns, but at least she's not animation locking herself. Like Obero vogues way shorter than Tokiko stays in that green skill.
Yeah, with the
Like
overall, she has like these like weird JoJo post like animations that literally take her almost like 5 years to get her let her rip, and I'm like,
but Tokiko's
oh
shit takes 10 years. And you know what? I've seen people do tower with Obero.
yeah,
Like I've seen people
yeah.
play like floor 46, 47, 48 as Obero. I don't think Tokiko could. Like I genuinely don't. I'm surprised she even
No,
got through bonus 3. Like I'm actually surprised, which is why her dumbass is getting another video with her cute ass baby face.
yeah, I don't think she'll even be able to do tower, even the original 50, because if you think about it, the last 5 floors we have to fight against 3 Taimanin enemies. It's like she could barely handle one by herself. Imagine she getting creamed by by an additional 2. There's no way she's gonna do it.
I'm gonna show them what Ultra had to say, and then that'll be it. Because I want them to see. So. Where's the comment? Here we go. I'm gonna close the stream since I'm gonna stream it. So it's not in the way. So, I'm gonna read what Ultra's thoughts on this Tokiko run. So you can see exactly what he says. I'll just show you what's going on in the DMs. The final bonus stage 3 video is ready to go in Drive. It's titled Tokiko Bonus Stage 3 for the win. That was a very brutal run, and honestly, if anyone can run that stage and complete it with less effective gear, they are a better man or woman than I am. I was struggling, bro. Brute forcing it and running and hiding was the only way. I didn't even want to kill her. Just get her health down low enough where I could show she could clear. But Sakura stepped on one of my mines and done, blowed up. Laughed my ass off. And then he says also the only other new video was the Tokiko Arena run requested by Orange, the Kurenai simp of Red Tokiko in top 100. So that's why we showed the PvP run. And I said, oh shit, I'll show them later. Grats on clearing. With her, I mean. Must be rough, man. Then he says, brew fucking toll. And that's it. Like, that we pretty much go back the other way. I say a little bit more about it. I'm talking about Kurenai. But, no, okay, I say something about Tokiko here. I said, just finished both vids. Arena went as expected, which was the Tokiko versus Emily run. And then I says, as for the clear, she did it, but at what cost? She needs so much investment, bro. Her DPS, even with Kaoru and Kitty Mom, still feels so low. I'm sure people will be happy to see her do it until they realize she's for whales only. Then he says, it was still not great. I tried running her with Kaoru, Suruga, and Katone, but she just couldn't even get off the first floor. I'm going to try some different arena builds and see. Orange likes arena, so I really did it for him. And he says he just does 5 arena runs, and then, you know, blah blah blah. He doesn't really care about competing in arena. And I said arena's not worth it at all. Just, you know, sorry to share our DMs, Ultra, but I just wanted them to see what, you know, we talk about and what we think. And she's just not good. Like, there's literally no way to sugarcoat it. She's not a good character.
Yeah, we can't really just like, oh, we can't just like make like a skip the steps. No, you kind of have to. You literally got to look at what you have right there, literally on the floor. So you can't really say anything much about her.
To anyone on that other Discord server, or, you know, with the toxic morons, or anyone on my server, you know, where the chill people hang out, like, I challenge any of you, clear it with her. Go practice bonus 3 with her. Ultra's been doing it every day. Literally every day. Like, this man has been trying since she came out. He maxed her within the first couple days and immediately started sending me content. If you all think you can do better, then show us footage of it. Don't call us trolls for showing you what we have. Like, this is what we have. She's not good. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. 4 out of 10. Video done. We're going to ship it. Thanks for coming on, Tack. thanks again, Ultra, for sharing footage. You know we appreciate it, and congrats on clearing it with literal garbage, like, because you're a better man than me. I would have just said she sucked after like 12 hours of gameplay and stopped practicing her. But you've definitely practiced her to the point of ridiculousness. So, thanks for the dedication and thanks for the footage. And you boys and gals have a great weekend, and we'll catch you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.